Hi everybody, Laura here for Simon's Stamp. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've got a fun project to share with you featuring the Dancing Floral Vine die along with the CZ Little Banners Basics dies. And both of these dies just came out in the newest Sunny Vibes release with Simon's Stamp. I kind of fell in love with this Dancing Floral Vine. I'm not sure why. I just think it's intricate, it's dainty, but you can really customize it depending on the colors of cardstock, or you could die cut this all out of white cardstock and add your color with ink blending. So you can achieve a lot of different looks based upon the colors that you choose. I've got a bunch of solid color cardstock here by Concord and Ninth. I've got Stardust for that basey vine there on the left, and then doing a little peacock for the leaves. I got some nectar, grapefruit, and sorbet. Just doing some kind of peachy blooms. And I like that peacock for the leaves, kind of unusual. And all these colors look really, really good on this Stardust kind of viney base. So I'm using my Barely Art glue and putting just a dot at the base of some of those leaves. And I'm going to glue them on. Now the reason I only put a dot is that way it's not completely adhered, just a little bit, and that way you can zhuzh it. You can zhuzh the leaf, you can zhuzh the blooms. So not every leaf is going to get covered. Some of the leaves are going to stay Stardust, some are going to have peacock, and then later I decide to add even more leaves just for funsies. You can customize this thing. Don't be intimidated, don't be afraid to go rogue. Try different things, try some vellum. Try double layering, like layer the blooms, layer the leaves. Try different color combinations. You never know till you try. Sometimes it's going to be a hit, sometimes it's going to be a miss. But you never know until you give it a try. Okay, so again, I'm adhering the leaves with just a dot of glue. And the embellishment wand is such a handy dandy tool for stuff like this when you got all the little bits and bobbles. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the blooms. It's really, really easy to line up because you just kind of got to match the shape. You know what I mean? And these ones here are out of nectar, and I'm popping them on, again, just with a dot of glue in case you want to zhuzh later. And then you've got different sizes of blooms, different colors. And then there's also some teeny tiny little centers that you could die cut, but I'm going to add embellishments for the centers of the bloom to give it a little bling. You know, every once in a while, you gotta, you know what I say? And actually, I've never said it before. This is the first time I'm ever saying it, but it just came to me. You gotta bling out your bloom. You gotta bling out your bloom. And it's just fun. Just add some embellishments to the centers of your bloom. That's called blinging out your bloom. And we're just working our way through the dancing floral vine, popping on these blooms. I'm really digging this color combination today. It's kind of refreshing for me to use these colors together. Don't think I've ever done these colors together. The Stardust and the peachy, sorbet, grapefruit, nectar with that peacock. It's a refreshing change to do different color combinations instead of rainbow every single time. It's not like I set out to do always rainbow. It just happens. It's what I do. You know what I mean? But here we go. Nice little refreshing color combination. And then I just decided, I don't know where it came from, but I thought, I'm going to cut some more leaves out of juniper and just see how it looks. I'm going to take a chance. If I don't like it, I'm not going to do it. If I like it, I'm going to love it. So I'm adding an extra leaf on top of those peacock leaves, and these ones are out of juniper, so you have this kind of more greeny leaf on top of a more blue leaf, and it just adds a little, it just brings in another color, and it just kind of fills it out a little bit more. You could also double up your blooms, like make your blooms be more full. You could add some vellum. Vellum is always a great addition because it gives it some more texture, but it doesn't add another color. But I just wanted to take a little chance. Here's where you got to take chances. You never know until you try. Okay, so again, I'm adding just a dot of glue in case I want to zhuzh these. And you know I'm going to want to zhuzh it, right? Let's be real. Okay, love this embellishment wand. I don't know how I ever lived without an embellishment wand. Now, I'm going to glue this, not heavily, lightly. Little dots of glue all around the little backs of the blooms. And I have a little panel here of eucalyptus cardstock. And wait till you see how these colors look on a eucalyptus background. I don't know. I'm digging it. I don't think I've ever done these colors before, but I'm here for it. Are you here for it? Now, it's kind of got me curious. I'd like to try one maybe like on a dark navy card base. A lot of like light colors would really pop on a dark navy. You could do some bright yellows, some bright pinks. I'm just spitballing here. Now I have a card base and I'm using the new Simon Says Stamp scoreboard. I took an ink pen and just made a little tick mark at the 4 1/4 little marking, because that's usually where I score my cards. I do a side fold most often, and so I score at 4 1/4, and that's my most used, notch. So I put a little foam tape behind my eucalyptus panel, popping this up on a white card base. I love that thick white border margin around the edge. Now here's the splash drops. These are by Simon Says Stamp. They have the milky white ones and they have the clear ones. I'm using some of the milky on those little grapefruit blooms, and then I'm going to use the clear on another bloom. Now I switched over from that place, what's it called? Place and Piece wand, and this is the Place or Score and Pierce. I never can remember how these embellishment wands are named, but one of them has the really pokey tool, which is what I'm using now, and it's great for getting the little embellishments off the, sheeting. Sheeting? Is that the... I don't even know what I'm saying, but all the supplies that I use in my video will be listed in the description box. The embellishment wands, these gems, these ones here are little teeny tiny white ones by Honeybee. And the little tiny work great for a small little bloom. You don't want to, have too big of a bling if the bloom is small. It's all about proportion. Okay, so there you have, every bloom is blinged out. Here's my most favorite thing, the CZ Little Banner Basics. I remember when Kathy Zilski came out with one a while back, these little banners, but they were like cheers, here's to love, and one, I think it said salute, something like that. And I love a banner. I love a banner. So I said to Kathy, you have got to make more of those banners, but with everyday sentiments. And you know what? She did it. And I'm so giddy. I love that it just says hello. And you get hello, love you, miss you. I think it'd be cool. Kathy, if you're listening, I'd like a thank you. Maybe, I don't know, could we do a happy birthday? Here's the little, what do you call this? The counter that goes in the center of the O. Popping that in. You could also leave it open. Leave it open, put it in. Either way, live your best little banner basic life. So I did that banner out of VELLUM and matte gold. I decided to remove a couple gems so they didn't get in the way when I pop up my banner right in the center. Didn't want any gems behind that sentiment getting in the way. Popped it up. Look at how this looks. I love that matte gold hello on top of the VELLUM, on top of this beautiful dancing floral vine with that eucalyptus background. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.
Hi there, I'm Heidi, Simon's mama and founder at simonsaysstamp.com. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you like what you just saw, be sure to press the thumbs up and subscribe to see more great content.